Alright guys, Delzinski here, and I got some TNA news for you, and this news is important because it relates to the current TNA World Heavyweight Champion, the Destroyer, Bobby Lashley. Now, I'm not going to lie, this news did make my blood boil just a little bit. Actually, no, to be perfectly honest, it just made me plain and simple angry. Because TNA have just done a phenomenal job in hyping up this champion. TNA have built a monster of a champion in Bobby Lashley. They have put him in a great faction, pairing him up with the mouth that is MVP and then the hothead Kenny King. I mean, this faction was great. They've got the main title on them, and Bobby Lashley is being labelled as a destroyer of worlds, in fact. He is a beast, and not just that, he is going over like a beast of a champion. He is kicking ass and taking names, and he is winning clean. And that's the most important bit. He is not getting fudgy wins left, right and centre. He's not needing the help of Kenny King or MVP. Lashley is just a typical badass. He's coming to the ring. He's staring down people. He doesn't care who he's getting in the face of because he knows that he is a monster of a champion. And it's going to take a hell of a competitor to beat him. And that is the way that TNA have hyped this man up. I mean, I'm not even going to mention the promos that we've seen. Lashley on the running machine, putting in the effort with the weights. Oh, he's just a freak of nature. And then you've got MVP standing there hyping him up, classing him as the Destroyer Bobby Lashley. Freaking awesome job from TNA. They did this. This is good. This is great. And I was very happy with it. But then this news came out today. Well, it hasn't been out today, but I noticed it the other day via TNA's Facebook page, and then I've read up more about it today, and why? Why? That's all I can say is why. Because the news is coming out that Bobby Lashley is now signed for a fight in Bellator MMA and will make his debut against Josh Burns at Bellator 123 on September 5th at the Sun Arena. And you know, that just isn't good. Because I'm a pro wrestling fan. I watch pro wrestling. And every time TNA pick up anything like this, they do a great job. I mean, they were doing phenomenally with Lashley. And you know, it was going so well. But were they doing it for themselves? Because now it looks like, no, there was a plan for Lashley to jump to Bellator, and possibly the hyping of Lashley is related to the promotion because Lashley's going to be on Spike, because this match is going to be on Spike in Bellator, and they needed to give him the hyping to get him onto the show. And do you see what I'm saying? Was all this done because he was eventually going to move and have a Bellator fight? And this is what happens. And I just feel this deal with Bellator MMA is just killing TNA. I mean, god damn it. King Mo, I couldn't give a shit. Who else is there? I don't even remember his name. The guy that was in Main Event Mafia for no reason and then disappeared. What was his name? This is what I mean. I can't even remember his name, so he's not even memorable. But this is what's so frustrating. This deal that TNA have with Bellator MMA just seems to hurt TNA every time. You're taking your champion out to go and do something for another promotion. why can't it just be good enough that he's your world champion? He should be exclusive to you. I don't see WWE renting out their world champions to other promotions. You don't see it. Why? Because it impacts your company. And now this leads me to believe that Lashley's going to drop this belt at some point because they're not going to want to give that up. Because Lashley's got to train to fight for this fight. So I'm imagining they're going to write him off TV for a little while so he can get prepared to be in an MMA fight. Why? He's doing such a great job in TNA. Now, this is from a fan that has enjoyed the last few weeks of Impact. We're going into the New York shows. This is sounding pretty epic. I know that Lashley's going to fight Jeff Hardy. Sounds like a good match to me. And obviously, what would be great is if, again, Lashley wins clean and proves that he is the badass champion that he's making and being hyped to be. But then I get this feeling that at some point, he's going to drop that belt because he needs to go away for a while. Why couldn't you just tell Bellator no? How much are you getting for this deal? Because this deal just makes me feel like every time they come calling, you just fold. And I still can't remember that freaking guy's name that was in the main event Mafia. Let me know by the comments box below. I'm sure someone will remember it. But, I mean, they brought two in, didn't they? I told you, I'm a pro wrestling fan. I'm not an MMA fan. And that's the issue. I watch pro wrestling. I don't want to see adverts for Bellator MMA every 5 seconds when I'm watching a TNA show. Do you know why? Because I don't care. And I think that the best thing that TNA could have done is turn around and say to Bellator, well, yes, okay, Lashley has a previous experience in MMA. Yes, you do have a deal with us, but Lashley is our champion at the moment, and he is the destroyer. He is the conqueror, the ruler of worlds. He is the beast that we've hyped him up to be, and we just can't afford to give you him right now because he is so good. As this champion, he is going to be our champion for the next 6 to 12 months. He is going to dominate like no one has dominated in TNA before. And why? Because we want to build a credible champion, not rent him out like some cheap hoe. Do you get it? You get it now? I mean, let me know what you think about this. I'm not bashing TNA's product here. I'm bashing the thought process of this deal with Bellator MMA. Now, people out there who are MMA fans might think, great, I don't know how Bobby Lashley goes down in... That's not a right phrase, I know, I take that back. I don't know how Bobby Lashley comes over in MMA. You know, is it a big deal that a pro wrestler moves across to MMA? Or is it like, again, the thought process from the other side of the coin is that, quite frankly, we really don't care. This guy's a nobody when it comes to things. I know he's been in MMA before, but to me, no. This cross promotion, this deal, it might be making some money, but it is detriment in TNA. And all I hope is that this is not going to happen consistently. I was kind of confused with Lashley's contract in the first place because, you know, he came back at, I think it was lockdown, and then he disappeared for months. And then obviously now he's having this full-term stint, but now it feels like he's going to be written off TV again to do Bellator. So what is this deal that he's got here? Because I was actually thinking it's full-time now, but clearly not, because they're able to rent him out. So guys, let me know what you think. I just feel that the way that TNA had built up Lashley over the past few months, they've made him their champion. They're really, you know, put in that full force that he's a destroyer, unstoppable. And, you know, it was exciting. But if he's going to drop this belt and he's just going to go and have a fight in MMA, that's going to piss me off. And as well, I mean, even if he doesn't drop the belt, he shouldn't have to go away. He is TNA's champion. That is the most important thing. Not giving him to another company just to promote a show. So guys, let me know what you think. And just to note, King Mo, has he done anything in TNA yet? No. Just scrap that deal with him and all. Worthless and pointless. So guys, let me know by the comments box below. I am not being a TNA hater in this. I am a TNA fan that wants what's best for business for TNA. And what's best for business is saying no to Bellator and focusing on your own product, which is TNA Impact Wrestling. Dixie Carter, get your priorities right. You've got a good show at the moment. You're moving in the right direction. You need to sort this out.